Our bodies are constantly accomplishing extraordinary feats, whether we're awake or asleep, in health or in illness. But how does the body actually function? What happens when it fails? Is there a limit to what it can endure?
Physiology is a big puzzle of the human body.
It's how the body works, how the body functions, and how all the bits and pieces, the molecules to organs, work together to make life happen.
And you can look at it at the macroscopic level, all the way down to how cells interact with each other. It's the science of life.
It's really just wanting to understand more about how the human body works, how things like different nutrition practices or physical activity or sleep practices may influence our health.
All these cellular processes and systems are going on constantly, and that itself is physiology.
How can you understand a disease if you don't understand how the body is supposed to work when it's healthy? Every aspect of modern medicine, every medical treatment is based on the discipline of physiology.
You have to be prepared for the unexpected. When people found this organ in our body, the pancreas,
Two things are of prime importance to the diabetic: his diet and his pancreas.
and ultimately it was found that it controls blood glucose and blood sugar. And then the question was, well, how does it do that? Ultimately, insulin was discovered, and the rest is history. From a simple question, what does the pancreas do? We now have a hormone that has saved the lives of millions and millions of people.
They started with a basic question: why does the lung not collapse? And what they found in asking this question is that there is a substance called pulmonary surfactant that prevents that from happening. It was very revolutionary for neonatal medicine. For example, neonatal lung disease. Investigators were able to design a solution which is to provide surfactant to these babies. This allowed them to basically be able to breathe.
It's very often the case that the most interesting things we find are the ones that we didn't expect. The human body is the most complex thing on this planet. It used to be that we would treat the organs almost independently, but now we're beginning to realize that all of our organs are chattering to each other all the time. There's this conversation going on between the heart, the lungs, the guts, the brain, the kidneys.
Understanding these relations and how they all interact really helps inform medical breakthroughs and creates avenues for future medical therapies.
It can be easy to think, oh, we know so much already, but heart disease is still the leading cause of death in America and in the world, so we still need to further understand what's happening with our heart, with our blood vessels. Why is disease occurring in the first place? We have to continue to study the human body and then try to develop strategies to prevent disease and promote health.
People don't always realize that physiological research impacts national security. We study how the environment impacts aspects of physiology related to health, safety, and human performance. Imagine a scenario where a warfighter must carry out a task in extreme environments in particular. Physiology helps keep them safe and productive at a high level. It's almost impossible to think of a situation in which physiology wasn't central to a medical breakthrough or anything related to health or safety of people.
In terms of physiology research, it takes maybe decades to get there to come up with a game-changing solution. Some
Seemingly surprising and obscure finding, because someone had a really good question, has led to, in the subsequent 10, 20 years later, these breakthroughs that are impacting all of humankind. Any efforts we make now will bear their fruit in 20, 30, or even 50 years. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but we have to do the work now for a better future.
We need continued funding support to allow our research to keep going. The funding that we receive from the government, specifically the National Institutes of Health, enables us to do a lot of our work. It allows us to make our discoveries.
People don't understand what basic research is and think that it's not something that's important. And if we take away the money and the funding, it's going to have a catastrophic impact on science.
Physiology is in danger right now.
This volatility in federal funding.
It's entirely possible the work doesn't go on.
If we stop investing in physiology, we are going to get stuck, or even worse, we're going to go backwards.
Funding cuts, lab closures, these different things that keep me up at night. If we start losing people who are part of the scientific workforce, that's going to make it much harder to continue on with innovation.
We are losing a generation of scientists, and that is an unmitigated disaster.
The best thing we can do to support science is through financial support.
It's been modeled that for every dollar that the NIH spends, there's $2.5 of economic activities.
Over 90% of the drugs that are approved by the FDA are actually based on basic research that's been funded by the government. It's going to be impossible to continue making scientific discoveries if we don't keep doing research.
Most breakthroughs in medicine were done because we funded curiosity.
Do we want breakthroughs that change lives, that save lives, or do we want to move backwards?
With physiology, we move forward.
Because physiology is the science life depends on.
The science progress depends on.
The science our future depends on.